And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, Taylor, you just unleashed 1,000 bugs in your apartment. And yeah, you're kind of right, I'm crazy. And I got this a lot from my friends and even my family, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you buying this? But, you know, you read things online and you just kind of have high hopes for it. And I'm hoping that this is something that will heal my big plant over here because she needs help. Welcome to Chisholm Prism. My name is Taylor Chisholm, and today in this video, it's gonna be a plant day. I need to refresh for the spring. I have plants throughout my house, as you can see, one back here. I'm gonna be frank with you. I have been neglecting some of these plants throughout the winter and I feel really bad and guilty. But this year I'm promising that I'm gonna be a great plant mom. And if you have any plants along, let's reset ourselves this year and really make sure that we're starting off right and that our plant babies are taken care of. Some are better than others, you will see, but we're gonna go through. I have a couple treatments that I want to try out and give me some tips, things that are working for me with my plants and how I've been letting them thrive. I also have a new camera here. Shouldn't touch the glass, but I also want to bring you guys like good quality now. So I have invested in a better camera to just make some good looking content. It's gonna be a good tester of like getting some nice shots of plant life, especially that it's spring. I hope that you're enjoying this nice weather as it's getting warmer. Just excited to see the blooming. I saw a butterfly this morning and I just felt really great about it. So today's the day to just revive, refresh. Before we get started, I actually want to go to the plant shop and get some more soil, and then we'll come back and then dig into it all. So let's get into it. Okay, and we're back. Whew. Because I live on the 3rd floor, every time I walk up the stairs, it just gets so much hotter in here than it was when I left. So I'm actually gonna open up my windows. Let's go. Let's do that. Because it's too hot in here. Much better. And can you believe they're still turning on the heat? Like, I have no control over the heat in this place. So they still turn it on, but I'm like, ugh. I gotta put this down. But I'm still opening up the windows. So let's take care of these plants. There is a couple of things that I need to do. Repot some of them. I need to definitely water all of them, make sure that their soil's cleaned up, de-infest one of the big ones here, and give them nutrients. I actually have a couple of products that I've been using. So I recently have been giving them all this plant food and it's been doing really good. Most of them have been sprouting new leaves from it. They're thriving. And then I used to use this on some of the nasty pests that I've been seeing. So I've come across some of the spider mites, which has been annoying, and recently seen some of like this white fuzzy stuff on one of them. So this hasn't been helping. I read online that this neem oil should help. Neem oil. So we're gonna try that out. We're gonna use that. And then I got these like bugs. So I already opened it. Let me show you guys opening it. So there's supposed to be about 1,000 of them in here. And they are supposed to eat up some of those nasty pests that start growing on your plants. Like I've been saying, this big one over here has been getting these like little white fuzzies at the base of it, and I try to wipe it off every now and again and it just comes right back. So I'm hoping that if I lay these eggs in it, they'll eat up some of that white fuzz stuff. So that's the goal. That's we'll definitely see if that works. And just to show you guys what comes in the packet itself, so when you cut it open, you get the packet of seeds and I think rice, and then there's also a bunch of manuals that tell you what you're getting yourself into, so you can read into that. And then there's these cartons themselves, so this is what they give you to pour the eggs into. So I just kind of cut that open and filled 3 of them up halfway with the rice stuff. And from what the instructions say, the eggs are supposed to hatch and then crawl up the plant when you would hook it onto the base of the stem. But I also heard online that some people let the larvae start growing and then you kind of move them to the problem areas individually, which I might actually try that next time. I think that might be a better way to attack the problem. So it actually looks like this right now. I put the containers at the base and it's filled with those little, register, the seeds in there. The eggs are supposed to be in the mix of all of that, and then they're supposed to hatch and then crawl up the plant itself. I haven't seen any hatch. There is a warning on the box itself saying that they can be cannibalistic and then like start eating themselves. So I'm not sure if they all just ate each other at this point, but if you can see, I'm trying to show you guys the problem area. You see like that white stuff? It's like at the base. See it? It's not supposed to be all fuzzy. It looks like little hair. Yeah, that stuff's been pretty nasty, and if I don't get to it soon enough, it will spread to the leaves here, which it hasn't yet, so that's a good sign. But then I still need to be cautious, so I'm going to put this all over it. We're gonna help this plant out. I think it also was struggling through the winter, so it's kind of cold. And I know what you're thinking already. You're like, this girl unleashed thousands of bugs in her apartment, and trust me, I have gotten the shock and the crazy title from my friends, my family. I understand, but here's the thing. These are good bugs. They're good bugs. They're gonna kill the bad ones. And before this, I actually had a whole bunch of these like little gnat bugs that were coming from this organic soil that I was using. That was nasty. So I would rather have these, which are gonna eat those little gnat bugs and all those other pests that are on the plant. I'd rather have these in my house than those. And apparently, I don't know exactly where it is. Here's the thing. I don't know how long they live. Maybe I should have found that out, but I don't think it will last very long. When I find it out, I'll put it on the screen how long these bugs will live. I also don't know if I should have released all of it. I put all of it into the cartons, but I don't have like a giant garden. It's just like a couple of plants that I wanted to help in my house. So if they all hatch, it's gonna be a disaster. I have high hopes. I'll keep you guys updated if anything big comes from this. I also think I might need to try this again when it's warmer out. I do think in colder weather that it's harder for them to make that delivery journey, so I don't think they'll all hatch, so I'll definitely try this again more in the summertime, but for now We're gonna see how this turns out. I'm gonna kind of just let them be and see if anything comes from it. But for now, I do need to do watering for all of my plants, just spruce them up. I was also doing some propagating, so I need to repot that. So we got a lot to do today. I'm gonna use is this plant food. It actually really helps my plants grow. I've seen a lot of new growth when I started using this, and I try to do it at least like every month with my plants. So you want to open it up. Okay, okay. This is all you need, this little cup size. So I'm gonna pour a cup of that, right, into my jug of water. So let me fill this up with water. Now I have it full. I also have a lot of fake plants like this here in the kitchen. I'll say, like, if you're not a big plant person, or you kill a lot of the plants that you get, and honestly, there are certain plants that I am bad at taking care of. It's just, they're not for me. Fake plants are really great. And like I mentioned, I think everyone needs to have a plant in their home. They deserve to have green life in their home. Like, look at this. It's crazy. And they just keep growing. They don't stop growing. It's just so tranquil. It's good for your spirit, your home vibes, for your oxygen and your air that you breathe. It just uplifts you. Definitely. Get you a plant in your home. If it's fake, if it's real, try it. You need one. What are you doing? Get a plant in your house. I don't know what all that was. Let me water all the plants in here and wipe down the bigger ones like this. Their leaves, her leaves need to be wiped down. So this is actually one of my oldest plants. I've had her maybe for like 8 years now, and she has grown really big. I actually got her some supports, some moss poles. These are really good for monstera plants to hold them up because they get all viney and twist around, and then they kind of just fall down. So I'm hoping that I can stand her up so she can flourish a lot more. So I'm gonna add these to her so she can stand up. This is the new monstera. I cleaned up the leaves so they're no longer on the ground. Monsteras are definitely one of my favorite plants. They are honestly pretty easy to take care of. They kind of just grow by themselves. You just water them whenever they're dried out. And you know, I've always had a lot of success with them, and they're so interesting. Like, look how pretty their leaves are. And they kind of intertwine with themselves, so it gets like a whole maze. It's good to have the moss poles to keep them growing up. As you can see now, it's actually taller than me. She's going so big and she's standing straight up, so she's definitely trying to get all the sun from these windows. Yeah, I tried my best, but it's actually looking really good, and I think it will adjust well. I know I forget sometimes, but it's very important to wipe down your plant's leaves. often or frequently because there's just a buildup of dust that can come on the plants, and then they can't get as much sunlight, which isn't as good. And in the case of this one, I wasn't sure if I was seeing either just dust or webbing, which if you see a lot of webbing, that's spider mites, which I have had before. It's just an extra layer of cleaning, which usually I would like take it out of the pot, hose it down, get some fresh soil for it. But I do think in this case it was just dust. And then of course I want to clean up the leaves in here. And that one's good. Okay, we're almost done here. I have wiped down and watered all of these here, the one in the corner, the ones in the dining room. I still need to wipe down this big one with this neem oil. Like I said in the beginning here, I released those 1,000 bugs on this plant. I'm hoping that they hatch and they start eating whatever on this plant. If that doesn't work, I will try it one more time when it's warmer out. If not, this plant is gonna need a big cleaning haul, but that's for a later day. So it has definitely been a long day of planting and watering, especially because I'm filming this, it takes a little bit longer. But the last thing I wanted to do was repot this guy. He's been growing for quite some time, and I think it's time to get him a new home. And also, I was propagating some pothos here, so I need to give it a new home. I'll be back. Okay, it's been such a long day. I am exhausted. My hands are so dry. I should have been wearing gloves. I was not this whole time. That's fine. Thank you if you stayed this long. I hope this was therapeutic for you or just enjoyable to watch, or if you learned anything. If anything, I hope that you took away from this video that you should go get a plant and just give as much love as you can to these little creatures because they're just so precious. The sweetest little things on this earth that just keep growing, and they're so fabulous. So I hope you have an amazing day and get to just hug some nature today. I'll see you till next time. Bye.